What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next review, I'm going to be talking about the third movie in... Actually, it technically is the sixth movie in the Fast and the Furious franchise, but it's the third one that came out. What I mean by that is it's the sixth one in chronological order, but it is actually, it was released in 2006, 3 years after Too Fast, Too Furious, so it is technically the third movie. And this movie is the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Excuse me. So this movie is a lot different than the other Fast and Furious as far as characters go. A lot different. You don't have Paul Walker in this movie. He does not pop up at all. I don't believe. I didn't see him. If he was in a cameo, I did not see him in the cameo. But, basically, in his place, the new Paul Walker, Lucas Black, is the new star, is the star of this movie. You have Lucas Black, Bow Wow, and a ton of other Japanese actors. Brian T as the main villain, Sung Kang as a friend of Lucas Black's character, and you have a couple other characters that I've never really even heard of, honestly. And actually, at the very end, you actually have a cameo from Vin Diesel. He appears right at the end of the movie. So I thought that was pretty neat. So basically how this one plays out is that Lucas Black's character is a guy who... he gets busted by the police in America for an illegal speed drag race. So he gets busted. And to avoid punishment in America, he travels to Japan under the care of his father, who lives in Japan. And then Lucas Black's character gets into the illegal street racing trade in Japan. And runs into trouble with this kingpin, this guy who's a really good driver, a really good driver, period. And it's underground. What it's called is underground Japanese drift racing. And the guy who plays DK, Brian T, he's the main villain in the movie. He is the main guy. He's one of the best. He's the best. So Lucas Black's got to try to... Lucas Black plays a character named Sean Boswell. Sean has to try to upstage DK with the help of a friend named Hong, who was played by a Japanese actor named Sung Kang. The romantic interest in this movie is Neela, played by Nathalie Kelly, who I've never heard of before. The only guy I've ever heard of in the movie, the only two, are Bow Wow, who plays Twinkie, the sidekick to Lucas Black's character, and Vin Diesel, who had that cameo at the end, as I mentioned. So basically explaining the plot, he runs into trouble with the main villain and his family, and he's got to try to establish a name for himself in Japan as an underground drift racer. That's basically the plot of the movie in a nutshell. So, it got a 37% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Characterization in this one was really weak to me. The characters were weak and forgettable, really. Especially Lucas Black's character. He was an awful actor. This Lucas Black, it wasn't fun to watch at all. It wasn't fun to watch his acting at all. I mean, he just was not the actor. He was not a good actor whatsoever. Um, the guy who plays Lucas Black's character's dad, not a very memorable character, underused. The woman, the love interest of Lucas Black's character, very hot, very, very attractive woman, forgettable character. The Japanese people, forgettable characters, pretty much. Because half the time they were talking in Japanese, and there were no subtitles on the bottom of the movie. There were no subtitles on the bottom of the movie I was watching. So, unfortunately, that didn't really help my understanding of what they were saying, because I know no Japanese whatsoever. Pretty much nothing. But the only strong characters, actually, there was one Japanese character. Han, the guy who played Han, actually played a good character. He played a decent character. I liked the character. And Bow Wow, he had a pretty good character as well. Saying that, the characterization was very weak. And the plot wasn't anything special, but it was okay. There's this scene at the end, though, where they're all racing where there's a big race down a mountain, which was exciting to watch. It was a real cliffhanger type race, and that was actually very exciting to watch, which kind of helps out my review a little bit. But my overall review for the movie is going to be a 3 out of 5 stars. The lowest so far of the Fast and Furious movies. Again, the plot wasn't... You have to kind of have a plot and good characters for the movie, or for a mindless action, for even a mindless action movie. Just did not get the characterization in the movie, and it just wasn't a great plot. But the cars were fun. The racing scenes and all that, the car chases, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. It was passable, definitely. It was not as memorable as the first 2 Fast and Furious movies, but it was passable. It was pretty good. So, would I watch the movie again? Probably. The review is 3 out of 5 stars, so that is fresh. A fresh review. It counted as a fresh review, definitely. But, thank God, Lucas Black did not reprise his role in any of the other Fast and Furious films. I don't believe he did. I don't think he did. If I find out he did, I'll be very disappointed, but still, I don't think he does. But that's it. That's my review for... That'll be it. That's my review for The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. D-Rock 1992 out.